Develop a discipline in your heart that I'm going to obey God instantly and I'm going to finish what he tells me to do. Okay, congratulations. You've gotten through chapter 27. So proud of you. Thank you for faithfully journeying through this book. Now, let's talk about trembling at God's word. Remember, it is a manifestation of holy fear. We tremble at his presence. We tremble at his word. What does it mean to tremble at his word? It means we obey God instantly. It means we obey when it doesn't make sense. It means we obey even if we don't see a benefit. It means we obey even if it hurts. And it means we obey to completion. Almost complete obedience is not obedience at all. How many times have I run into people that told me that God told them to do something, but they haven't finished it yet? How many times have we had God speak to somebody and they say, well, I've been thinking about it. The Lord's really been dealing with me now about this for a couple months, and they laugh about it, but it's actually no laughing matter. Develop a discipline in your heart that I'm going to obey God instantly and I'm going to finish what he tells me to do. Because King Saul did 99.99% of what God asked him to do. He killed probably 100,000 Amalekites, but he saved one alive. He killed every blemished and foul and sick animal, but he saved the best so he could give it to the people to sacrifice. I give the reasons of why he did that in the book, and it's very important that you understand it was a self-serving reason. But he did 99% of what God told him to do, but yet Samuel came along and said, you have rebelled against God. It is important that Jesus becomes the one who inspires us. Because the writer of Hebrews says, watch his life, study it, because he went all the way to that cross. Remember, he had chances to get out of it. He said, Father, if there's any other way this can be done, please let it be done, but not my will, but your will. He said to Peter, I could call 2,000 angels right now and they would deliver me out of this. But Jesus stayed with what his Father told him to do all the way to completion. And that is why Peter tells us to arm ourselves the way Jesus armed himself. He was determined to obey God. I would love to see this for your life. Your number one priority in life is to obey God. Now, when we're baby Christians, we obey God. Why? Because we don't want the consequences of disobedience. But the more we fear God, the more we deeply love him, we're more now fearful of disappointing him, not disobeying him. And that's like a higher level. And when you carry that, your priority becomes, I want to fulfill everything he's created me to do. So I want to encourage you, finish what God tells you to do. And let me conclude with the words of Jesus. He says to us in Luke 17:10, when you have done all those things, listen to the words, all those things which you are commanded, say, we are unprofitable servants. We have done what was our duty to do. Let me tell you, that's what's important, is that we fulfill the will of God on this earth. In doing so, we'll be greatly rewarded.